Hello everyone, my name is Devashish Padhi and today we'll discuss some basic concepts of Java and let us start today's class where we will discuss some basic concept of Java. So first, how to create an object. We have already know that Java is an object-oriented programming language. Object-oriented programming language means it must support object and class. And we have already discussed in C++ that object is nothing but the basic runtime entity of the class. Okay, or you can say that object means which have some existence. Okay, or in technical term, we can say that object is nothing but the basic runtime entity of the class. So, how to create objects in Java? The syntax is class name object name equal to new class name. Okay, first I am writing the class name, then after I am writing the object name. Object name is any valid Java identifier. You can take any valid Java identifier, and new is the new keyword in Java that is generally used for allocate the memory dynamically, or you can say that new is nothing but it is generally used to create the object in Java, and this is the class name, then bracket. Okay, we will discuss. This is nothing but my constructor. Okay, so let us take one small example how to create the class, how to create the object in Java. So let us consider, I will take one class test, and we know that every class name must start with a capital letter. Okay, then I am writing the main method, and the syntax of main method is public static void main string args. S must be capital because string is the inbuilt class name in Java. Then I want to create the object of the test class. Okay, I want to create the object of the test class. So how to create the object? Let us first write class name. What is the class name here? The class name is test. So write the class name test. Then write the object name. I am writing the object name as T. You can take any identifier. What I am writing here T is equal to new. Okay. Then again the class name, and the class name is test. Okay. Then bracket semicolon. Class name object name is equal to new class name. Test T is equal to new test. So here T is the object of test class. In the second line, test T1 is equal to new test. Okay, so class name is the test, T1 is the object name, new is the operator, and class name is the test. So T1 is another object present in test class. T1 is another object present in test class. So I am creating two objects of the test class. First is T, second is T1. Test T is equal to new test. Test T1 is equal to new test. So by the help of new operator, you can create the object in Java. Okay, and the syntax is class name object name is equal to new class name. Okay, next. Then what is about system.out.println? Generally, when I try to print something on the screen in Java, I am using the syntax as system.out.println. In C programming, whenever I want to print then I am using printf function. In C++, whenever I want to print, I am using cout object. But whenever in Java I want to print something, I am using system.out.println. So what is the system, what is the out, and what is the println? System is nothing but a class in Java, inbuilt class, like a string. System is the inbuilt class name in Java. So S must be capital. Okay. Then this class, this system class, present on your lang package. Package is nothing but combination of different classes. In a single package, more than one class must be there. We will discuss package concept in the coming classes. But here remember, system is a class name which is present in lang package. String is also a class name which is also present in lang package. Okay. Then what is out? Out is nothing but a static variable. Out is nothing but a static variable present in system class of the type print strip. Okay. So always remember, system is a class name and out is the static variable of system class. Okay. Since this is a static variable, I can take the help of class name system.out. Then what is the println? You can imagine it is nothing but a method because this bracket is present. So it is a method. So this method present in your print stream class. There is a class, inbuilt class in Java that is known as print stream. So println method present in your print stream class. P and S both are in capital letter. So what is the system.out.println? System.out.println is generally used to print some text on the screen. System is a class. Out is a static variable. Println is a method. System is a class present in lang package. Out is a static variable present in print stream class. And out is a static variable present in system class. Println is a method present in print stream class. Okay. Then what is the difference between print method and println method? System.out.println or system.out.print. Both methods are generally used for printing purpose. So what is the difference between system.out.print and system.out.println? See, this ln is nothing but for next line. Okay. So print method display the result and retains the cursor in the same line. But println method display the result and throws the cursor to the next line. That means println method works like your /n that is present in your C and C++. /n also present in Java also. You can use /n in the print method if you want to throw the cursor in the next line. So both print and println method are used to display the result on the monitor. But print method print the result and places the cursor on the same line. But println method display the result and after displaying the result throws the cursor to the next line. Then what is generally infinity in Java? So whenever I am performing some integral arithmetic, okay, integral arithmetic means byte, short, int and long, there is no way to represent infinity. So for example, whenever I am writing system.out.println, this is dot, okay, this is dot, system.out.println 10 divided by 0. So we know that anything divided by 0 is infinity. So whenever I am writing system.out.println 10 divided by 0, we will get arithmetic exception. But in floating point arithmetic, we never get the arithmetic expression. So whenever I am performing this type of result, system.out.println 10 divided by 0.0 or system.out.println minus 10 divided by 0.0, instead of getting arithmetic expression, I am getting infinity or minus infinity. So what is infinity and what is minus infinity? Positive underscore infinity and negative underscore infinity. These two things are nothing but my constant present in float and double class. Okay. So if we perform integral arithmetic and there is a chance of dividing by 0, then we will get arithmetic exception. But in case of floating point and double, if there is a chance of dividing 0.0, we won't get any arithmetic exception instead of getting infinity. So what is infinity? Positive underscore infinity or negative underscore infinity are the two constants present in float and double class. Okay, next. None. None means not a number. So like infinity, if we divide 0 by 0, system.out.println 0 by 0, in mathematics, this is not a number, this is undefined. But when we perform this operation in Java with integral arithmetic, we will get runtime exception, that is nothing but my arithmetic exception. But whenever I am performing this thing with floating point number, we does not get any arithmetic exception. Instead, I am getting it as a none. So what is none? None is nothing but a constant present in float and double class. Okay. So hence, if the result is undefined, we won't get any arithmetic exception in floating point numbers. Okay. So infinity and none present in float and double class, and both are known as constants. None means not a number. Infinity means whenever we are dealing with divided by 0 error. In case of floating point and double number, we are not getting any arithmetic exception. Instead of I am getting the output as infinity. Okay. Thank you.